Have you ever had someone tease you and you just freeze? Like you want to say something clever, but your brain just goes completely blank? Trust me, I know that feeling. Way back when I was a young actor in my late teens, early 20s, I remember I was acting in small theater productions. One of the older actors once teased me about my leading man hairstyle in front of the whole cast. Everybody laughed, and I just kind of stood there smiling awkwardly. And that night I told myself, oh, next time I'm going to have a comeback ready. Because here's the thing, witty comebacks aren't about being mean or aggressive, they're playful. They show confidence. They help you to join the joke instead of being the joke. So, today I'm going to show you a few simple, safe comebacks that you can use in English, even if you're not naturally quick with words. Plus, stick around for the Mastery Minute at the end. I've got a great idiom that ties everything together. And if you have a question or want help creating your own comebacks, drop them in the chat. I'll answer a few live right after the Mastery Minute. So, what's it all about? Let me tell you about Kevin. He works in IT support, and often joins meetings with international teams. So one day, a colleague joked, "Hey Kevin, do you live at the office? You're always here." Kevin froze. He knew it was a joke, but he felt embarrassed. He didn't know how to respond. And well, later, Kevin told me, "I want to be able to say something funny, but my mind goes blank." So we worked on a few simple lines and some routines, and the next time someone tried to tease him about his working late and late nights, Kevin just smiled and said, "Well, somebody has to keep the lights on." And his colleague laughed, and that made the moment light and friendly and not embarrassing or awkward. That is the power of a good comeback. It turns awkward into awesome. So, how do you prepare for these moments? You don't need to be a comedian. You just need a few safe, simple lines in your back pocket. Having a witty comeback shows that you have confidence. It helps you to stay relaxed, and it keeps conversations fun and light. It shows that you actually understand the natural flow of English. So, when you can join in the conversation with playfulness, people will feel more connected to you. And the more you practice, the more easy it gets, or the easier it gets. All right, let's break them down. We'll start with the light agreement. Sometimes you're caught off guard by a tease, maybe in a meeting or at lunch or during small talk. Your brain wants to defend or explain, but the problem is that can make things feel awkward. So imagine yourself smiling, staying calm, as if you're in on the joke. The easiest way to do that is to lightly agree and then give it a little twist. What do I mean by agree? All right, picture this. You're standing in the coffee machine, or I should say, you're standing in line at the office coffee machine. You're waiting for your coffee. A coworker smiles and says, "Wow, you drink a lot of coffee." Now, it would be easy to get defensive there, right? Instead of getting defensive, you just grin and reply, "Of course, it's my superpower." Or maybe after a long day, someone says, "Oh, you're always working late." And you chuckle and say, "Yeah, I'm trying to win Employee of the Month." See, I'm agreeing and then adding the little witty twist. These little replies show confidence. They keep the mood friendly and let everyone keep smiling. So try not pushing back, just play along. It's kind of like verbal jujitsu or judo. All right, number 2, the playful exaggeration. Sometimes when someone teases you, instead of shrinking back, you can actually make the situation sound even more extreme in a playful kind of way. And this turns the joke into something even funnier and actually shows that you're comfortable in the moment. You're able to laugh at yourself. That's a skill. It really is. So imagine you're walking through a busy office. Well, let's run through these. Make it bigger. You're going to exaggerate it. Make it bigger. But keep it light-hearted. Make it funny. Make it even absurd. And then show that you're comfortable with it. So if you're in the office and a coworker sees you walking through with a handful of papers like this guy here and says, maybe the coworker says something like, "Wow, you're always busy." So your comeback? Smile and say, "Yeah, I'm thinking about hiring an assistant just to help me stay busy." Or maybe you're at your desk during an afternoon break, snacking again. Somebody walks by and says, "Wow, you eat a lot of snacks." And without missing a beat, you reply, "Yeah, I'm training for the World Snacking Championship." That would be a little funny way to say it. It reminds me when I was on a ship once as a cadet, and every time I sat down to eat during mealtime, someone would walk in to the meal room and say, "Wow, you're eating again?" As if I'm always eating, which I wasn't. So I finally got used to this expression, and I started replying, "Yeah, I'm training for a eating competition when I get off the ship," or something like that. So the little exaggerations can help you turn little teases into a shared joke. So don't deny it, just have fun with it. The next one is what we call the reverse compliment. Now, this is a really good move because you can turn the tease into a small compliment about yourself instead of feeling attacked. Then you can show pride in what you do. So, let's say you hear the tease, you feel like it might be criticism, so just flip your perspective and think of it like a positive side. And then you can present it as a strength. You might be replying to emails carefully when someone jokes, "Oh, you take forever to answer emails." So you look up with a small grin and say, "That's because I carefully craft each masterpiece." So you're complimenting yourself. Or maybe you're sitting in a meeting, listening carefully, and someone says, "You're so serious in meetings." Sounds like a negative thing, right? Like they're insulting you. But instead, you might just give a small nod and reply, "I like to think of it as a deep focus." You're admitting what it is, but now you're claiming it as a strength. Take it as a compliment. It's very useful. You'll feel a lot better about yourself. So now you don't have to defend yourself. Now you can have a little humor and confidence and turn what could be considered as possible criticism into your badge of honor. All right, finally we've got the friendly return. Sometimes the best way to handle teasing is to gently tease right back. but always in a way that keeps things light and friendly. Okay? So acknowledge it with a smile. Bounce it back. Just gently redirect it. And then remember to keep it friendly. So let's say you're standing by the coffee machine. Again? And someone says, "Wow, you're always drinking coffee." Yeah, I get that a lot. So you grin and say, "True, and you're always watching me drink it. We make a good team." Or you're slipping into a meeting a few minutes late, and a colleague jokes, "Oh, you're always late to meetings." And without missing a beat, you smile and reply, "I'm really glad you're here to keep such good minutes. Someone has to document my grand entrances." So these kind of responses keep the mood fun and show that you can handle teasing without getting hurt and maintaining your good humor. It's good stuff. All right, let's pull it all together one more time. So, number one, remember, lightly agree and then add a playful twist. Number two, exaggerate the situation to make it even more funny. And I mean, seriously, it's a lot of fun. Then we also have flip the tease into a compliment about yourself. Yeah, don't take things so personally. Find the compliment. It's all about the way you perceive it. And then finally, gently tease back. In a friendly way. Tease back. It's a lot more fun. It'll bring the banter up. And so just remember, you don't need to think fast in the moment. You just need to have a few lines ready to go. So try practicing with some of the old teases that you might have heard before, where you didn't know what to say, and think about what you could have said. And if you're not sure, you can even use an AI tool like, say, ChatGPT or Grok, and that'll help you to come up with some fun examples and practice different responses. The more you practice like that now, the more ready you'll be the next time it happens. And then pretty soon, those teasing moments won't feel so stressful. They'll actually feel easy and even fun. So here's your challenge. Think of one tease you've heard before. It could be one from this video, or it could be something you've heard in the past. Write down a fun response that you could give next time. Remember to keep it light, keep it friendly, no insults. And if you've got a favorite comeback, or if you need help creating one, drop it in the chat now, and I'll answer a few right after the Mastery Minute. And if today's episode was helpful, then please hit the like button, share it with a friend, and remember to check out the full article down in the comments or in the description or at allaboutenglishmastery.com. And of course, subscribe and join the newsletter for more real-world English every week. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Mastery Minute. And you must be wondering, wow, what could he be talking about today? Well, today's idiom is roll with the punches. Roll with the punches. When I first heard this phrase, I was actually watching an old boxing match, because I was a lot younger then, on TV. And one fighter was clearly outmatched. His opponent was faster and stronger and throwing powerful punches. But the amazing thing is he didn't get knocked out. Every time a punch came his way, he would twist and lean or turn just enough to absorb less of the force. He literally rolled with the punches. Instead of standing still and taking it the full hit every time, he adjusted so he could stay in the fight. And that's exactly where this idiom comes from. Boxing. But in everyday life, We use it to describe how we handle unexpected problems. Or teasing. When someone throws a little verbal jab your way, like a tease or a joke at your expense, you don't freeze or get angry. You smile, give a witty reply, and move on. That's rolling with the punches. For example, one of my students told me, "At first I was nervous when my boss joked about my long emails, but I learned to roll with the punches and respond with humor." So the more you practice this kind of attitude, the easier it becomes. So instead of getting stuck, you can keep your balance, stay calm, and handle surprises with confidence. So, next time on can you believe it? Episode 28. We're on 28 episodes already. Next time, we're going to talk about how to disagree politely in English. So I'll show you some simple phrases you can use to express your opinion clearly, respectfully, and confidently, even when you don't fully agree. You're not going to want to miss this one. And that is a wrap for episode 27. Today's episode, I want to thank you for joining me on 15-Minute Mastery. Remember, my name is Dennis, and don't forget that confidence doesn't mean being perfect. It means staying relaxed, playful, and open. So keep practicing, keep speaking, and I'll see you next time.